Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. What if one tiny test could flip your entire life upside down in seconds? So, here's the situation. Nicole thought she finally had her life under control, right? Balanced, stable, maybe not perfect, but manageable. And then, boom, one pregnancy test changes everything. Now she's dealing with fear, secrets, and the biggest question of all, who's the father? And trust me, the answer might be more complicated than anyone expected. Alright, let's talk about Nicole for a second, because her situation is the kind of thing that starts quietly but turns into full blown chaos before you even realize it. Nicole was awesome, who had been through a lot already: heartbreak, messy relationships, emotional ups and downs, you name it. But somehow, she had managed to build a life that felt steady, not perfect, but stable enough to breathe. In a place like Fairmont Crest, that's already a win. And then one moment changes everything. She's standing there staring at the test in her hand, and you can just imagine it. Her heart racing, her hands shaking, her mind already jumping ahead before she even fully processes what she's saying. Positive? Not maybe, not unclear, just positive. And in that exact moment, everything she thought she had under control, gone. Because this isn't just about being pregnant, it's about timing, it's about circumstances, and most importantly, it's about who the father is. Now her brain goes into overdrive. She starts replaying everything, every recent moment, every emotional decision, every situation she thought she had already moved past. There was the one night, you know the kind that didn't seem like a big deal at the time. Just a moment of vulnerability, confusion, emotions getting the better of her. But now, that one moment has turned into something permanent. And here's where it gets messy. She doesn't even feel 100% sure about who the father is. There is one obvious answer, sure, but doubt creeps in. And that doubt, it's dangerous. Because in a place like Fairmont Crest, secrets don't stay secrets for long, and this one could blow everything apart. Meanwhile, everyone around her is just living their lives. No one has any idea what she's dealing with internally. Her friends, her family, they're completely unaware that Nicole is carrying something that could change all of their lives. And then there is one person in particular, the one she's most afraid to tell. Their relationship is already fragile. They have been through lies, misunderstandings, emotional chaos, and now this. This could either fix everything or completely destroy whatever they have left. Nicole tries to act normal, she really does. But you know when you're hiding something huge and suddenly everything feels fake. Every smile feels forced, every conversation feels like you are just going through the motions. That's where she's at. People start noticing, especially her best friend. Because let's be real, you can't hide that kind of stress forever. She's quieter, distant, not herself at all at first. Nicole brushes it off, gives vague answers, tries to keep it together. But inside, she's falling apart. She wants to tell someone. She needs to tell someone. But she's terrified. Because once the words come out, there is no undoing it. Days go by and things only get heavier. She finally goes to the doctor, hoping, maybe irrationally, that's, that there's been some mistake. But deep down, she already knows the truth. And the confirmation, it hits hard. It's real, it's happening. There's no escape from it now. And here's the twist. Along with the fear and anxiety, there's something else. Something small, almost hidden. Hope. And honestly, that might scare her even more than anything else. Back in the town, things are already tense. Drama is basically part of daily life. So when people start noticing little changes in Nicole, small hints that something's off, it doesn't take long for whisper to start. And once whispers start, you know where that leads. The man she believes could be the father starts picking up on it too. Her behavior around him changes. She avoids him, hesitates, looks at him differently, and eventually he confronts her straight up. He wants answers. But Nicole isn't ready. She dodges the questions, tries to shut it down, puts distance between them. But the truth, it's already there, hanging in the air between them. And just when you think things couldn't get more complicated, here comes the past. Someone from her past reappears, and not casually either. This is the kind of return that brings old emotions right back to the surface. Unfinished business, unresolved tension, and suddenly everything gets even more confusing. Because now it's not just about the present anymore, it's about the past catching up at the worst possible time. At this point, Nicole is under pressure from every direction emotionally, mentally, socially. It's all closing in on her, and you can feel it. She's reaching her breaking point, and when it finally happens, it's explosion. There is an argument, voices raised, emotions out of control, the kind of scene where everything's already fragile, and one more push is all it takes. And then she says it. I'm pregnant. Just like that. Silence. You can imagine the shock, nobody expected it. Not like this, not in that moment. The reactions hit instantly confusion, anger, questions flying from every direction. And the man she thought was the father, completely frozen. He didn't see this coming. This wasn't part of any plan. He's trying to process it, but you can tell he's overwhelmed. But wait, it doesn't stop there, because just when things are already at their peak, another twist drops. New information comes out, something unexpected, something that changes everything. Suddenly, there's doubt. The father might not be who Nicole thought, and just like that, the situation goes from complicated to absolute chaos. Now, it's not just about dealing with the pregnancy, it's about figuring out the truth. Who's really involved? What happens next? And how do you move forward when nothing is certain anymore? Nicole is right in the center of it all, trying to hold herself together while everything around her shifts. And in the end, she realizes something important. This isn't just about what people think. It's not even about the uncertainty. It's about finding the strength to face whatever comes next. Because every choice she's made, every secret she's kept, it's all led to this moment. And now she has to deal with it. The situation is powerful because it's not just dramatic, it's deeply personal. The biggest impact here is now. One moment can spiral into something life changing. Nicole's story shows how quickly things can shift when emotions, secrets, and timing collide. It also highlights how fragile relationships are. One truth, especially one this big, can either bring people closer or completely tear them apart. And then there's the mystery of the father. That uncertainty adds a whole new layer of tension. It keeps everyone on edge, constantly questioning what's real and what isn't. Most importantly, this situation forces Nicole to grow. She can't hide anymore. She has to face everything head on. Honestly, I feel for Nicole. She made a mistake, sure, but who hasn't had a moment where emotions took over? The difference is, most moments don't come with lifelong consequences. What really gets me is how alone she feels. Even when she's surrounded by people, she's carrying this massive weight by herself. And the father situation, that's the part that stresses me out the most. Because that kind of uncertainty can destroy relationships before they even have a chance to figure these things out. But at the same time, I respect her for finally speaking up. That moment when she said the truth out loud, that took courage. So, yeah, one test, one secret, and suddenly Nicole's entire life is turned upside down. Now I've got to ask you, what would you do if you were in her position? Would you have told the truth sooner or kept it hidden as long as possible? And who do you think the real father is? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this story is full of twists and I wanna hear your theories. And if you are into emotional drama filled stories like this, don't forget to like and subscribe because trust me, this is only the beginning.